is all affordable. My blush is like $3, $4. Same thing with my bronzer. My lip combo, it's like $5 total. And I'm trying the Beauty Bay Neutral Eyeshadow Palette. I recently bought a whole bunch of these and I'm very excited, and I have a lot of thoughts on this. So if you want to see how I did this look and with like all super affordable products, just keep on watching. Another day, another makeup tutorial. I'm actually going to be trying a couple new products out. I feel like in every video I try a couple new products out, but I am pulling some of my favorites. I am getting a bit of a tan, so I'm hoping this foundation will be a better match. But I'm using the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation and concealer in the shade 3 Light Beige. I'm probably going to grab shade 2, or there's another one. It's like 00. Their code names are, or their numbers are really different, but I need to just go in store and kind of swatch or kind of look at the shades for myself, because I always order like my makeup, like my drugstore makeup on Amazon. It's not often I actually go in the store and look at the shades, but I've gotten pretty good at it. But you know, it's Amazon, you're not gonna be able to find the perfect match like that. But using my F4 brush, you can see this oxidizes a little bit. Yeah, this is gonna oxidize a little bit. It's definitely gonna be a little too tan for me right now, but I have a lighter concealer that can probably make this work. But I really do love this concealer, or foundation. Oh my god, the sun is going in and out, so my lighting might be a little wonky today, but it's okay. But this foundation, beautiful. So one of my favorite high-end foundations is, like for glowy ones, is from Hourglass. And I feel like this kind of gives a similar vibe. But Hourglass, you know, it's Hourglass. It's gonna be hard to beat that one, but that's like my top glowy pick. And I think for the drugstore, this and the Maybelline Lumi Matte Foundation are my favorite ones for like more glowy base. But I love that. See, it just looks like a filter, and that's what Hourglass does as well. This one's a really nice. See, it's a nice shade on me right now before it oxidizes, but it's gonna oxidize in a little bit. But it's okay. The lighter concealer will help out. For my concealer, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer in 345 Oatmeal. It's a nice concealer. Oh, definitely put too much right there. But this, I use as like a brightening shade. I honestly don't really use concealers as much to cover up. I just double up my foundation, because most of my foundations are medium to high coverage and they're buildable, most of them. So I just do that. Like I'll probably do that in a second once this sets, just to cover up some of the hyperpigmentation I've got on my chin. And that's just from acne marks. I don't even pick at my skin, and I just scar, unfortunately. Like it's a PIH, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So if it gets inflamed at all, I'm gonna scar. So that's just kind of what happens with acne, and it's just something I deal with. But I do use products to reduce that, but it's slowly getting better. I haven't been doing my skincare that well, unfortunately, but it's okay. My skin feels fine. I'm using these brushes from Amazon. I got a set of 3 of these, like they're different sizes, but I have been loving this for my concealer. It's nice and dense, and I can just dab it out. It's really nice. It has like that paw shape, and the brand is Teoyaal. I'll link it in the description, but I've really just been testing this out and I've been liking it the more I use it. But yeah, I've tried my higher end foundations or concealers with this brush and my more affordable ones, and I think this works beautifully. But got my concealer bundled out, and I'm putting the excess on my eyelid. And everything is nice and blended out. So this bronzer I have in a lighter shade. I grabbed 2 more shades of this just because I want to see how deep I can go. And this is the Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer in the shade medium. I normally use light, but you know, I'm getting tanner. And honestly, I saw that these deeper shades are cooler toned, which is something I look for when I look for my cream bronzers. But oh my gosh, that's beautiful. See, this one, it has like it's not as pigmented, so you can really just build it up. And I like to double my bronzer as a contour, so that's why I intentionally look for my cooler tones. But if you really just want to warm it up, you don't have to worry about the tone being as cool as you can get. but this is really nice. Yeah, this is in medium and it has a cooler tone than the light one does. The light one has like a reddish tone to it, which I do appreciate. Like for fair skin tones, it kind of helps bring like a rosy type of glow. Now this does have more of a glow to it than other cream bronzers, which like typically isn't my favorite, but I set everything with a lot of setting powder, so it's not really a problem for me. And I'm gonna use a skinnier brush to do my nose contour. And I'll just go start from my brows. Oh yeah, this is a lot more pigmented, and I will be I'm just gonna probably use my finger for this now. Honestly, I'm not gonna worry about the sharpness because when I set with powders, and the translucent powder I have today does have a bit of pigment to it, it's gonna take away the harshness of the lines. But I'm kind of blending it out so it's not like completely harsh. I'll put a little right here, just get a little depth in my eye. I think this shade is really nice. Like, and I think this one is normally like $8, but on Amazon, I found it on sale for $4. So I grabbed this one and a deeper shade as well, just to add to my kit, because this truly is a bronzer that I really like to work with. I mean, look. Typically do cream blush right now, but I don't really have one chosen. I have like a deeper shade of blush that I want to try. So I'm like, maybe I'll add something later, but as of right now, I just want to do powder blush. So I'm using my setting powder. This is the Wet n Wild Photofocus Loose Setting Powder, and I use the shade Translucent. And this, I recently tried this one out, and I absolutely love it. I have tried Wet n Wild's other powders, but I think this one's a little different. But I really like this. This is like $6 at my local Walmart. Just try it out. If you're looking for a nice, affordable translucent powder, this is it. And it's, you know, you can really just pack this on because it's starting to get hot. I mean, the sun's going like in and out right now, but I'm pretty much setting everywhere where I don't have my bronzer. And I am setting like on my nose so I don't have too harsh of lines, and my eyelid as well. I am trying a new eyeshadow palette out, so I'm gonna set it enough where I don't get patchiness. And I always set a little bit of powder in my brows. This will help my brow products, which I'm just gonna use a brow pencil today, just kind of grip on. But see, look, it just gives such a flawless finish. This really does blur. I'm gonna put just a little bit extra on my nose because I tend to get greasy there faster. But I have relatively dry skin, but I do get oiliness around my nose. And then my forehead's just shiny. Just, it's not greasy, it's just shiny. I just have like really smooth skin on my forehead, but pretty much nice and mattified out. And then I'm gonna use, this is another new product, the Rimmel Natural Bronzer. This is in the shade 022 Sun Bronze. I hope this isn't orange. I'm not gonna lie, this actually looks kind of orange. Let's see. I'll go in with a really light hand. So my trick is, you know, you put your brush in and you dab, like kind of work it into the brush on the lid. If you use, you know, the back of your hand, you're kind of using some of the product on the back of your hand, and you always go back to like the lid, you know? I can just grab more here, and this just gives me a bit more of an even application when it comes to putting everything in the brush. Okay, that's actually nice. I look for bronzers that are like lighter in pigment, and I also purchased the translucent setting powder. I just want to see how it works. And when I swatched the setting powder, it looked pretty sheer, and I'm kind of hoping, like I kind of hoped this was going to be nice and sheer, and it is. So I think this one's a great one, and I think this is really, really like a really affordable bronzer. This was like maybe $3 to $5. Sorry, I don't really pay attention to prices nowadays. But it's Rimmel London. Rimmel has fantastic, affordable products. I love their foundation. Wow, this actually just looks like a nice airbrush finish. Do you see that? Let me actually get my hairline. My hairline is actually quite pale. Like, you know, my baby hair is kind of my forehead shade, and I just have like this big line right here. But it's okay. I naturally am pretty like pale. But that's why I love bronzers. It just makes me look more alive. But I'm gonna use a skinnier brush to kind of top off where I put my cream bronzer. And again, that's just gonna help bring more definition in, and this will help your makeup show up in photos. Someone asked me on my Instagram, like if I have like a full base routine, and I pretty much do my base in all my videos, but I told her layering is key to get like this flawless finish, like the setting powder, like a good setting powder, and layering your makeup to make everything show up. There we go. Nice and bronze. I might add more bronzer later on, but I think as of right now, I'm happy with this. The powder blush, this one is a new one for me. It's from Rimmel London. It's the Maxi blush in the shade Rendez-Vous. I mean, I saw it and it just felt so summery, even though this is deeper, but I am hoping this is lighter in pigment. But again, I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush, kind of work it into the bristles right here. I'll stab. Okay, yeah, this is a very light in pigment, which I love. But I just wanted like more purple blushes. So, and this just stood out to me. This is more like a warmer berry purple, but I just want to try this one because I've never actually used Rimmel London's blushes. No, yeah, this is Rimmel. And I think this is like $3. I'm just trying out, actually I think all of my products are affordable. Even my eyeshadow palette today. I really like that shade. This is like a nice, like a popsicle, you know what I mean? Like the shade your lips turn when you have like a nice popsicle. It's like that type of berry shade. It doesn't look patchy. I like that it's buildable, honestly. Yeah, I'm not getting any patchiness from this. I'm just low on my chin. Nice, I like that. Okay, so now I am gonna talk about my eyes. I'm gonna use this Beauty Bay palette. I recently got a whole bunch of products, like UK products, and Beauty Bay, I grabbed like 3 of their palettes because they're having an amazing sale. Like number one, you get a giant mirror, which is insane. I actually don't need the mirror here, but look at this palette. This is the neutral palette and it's gorgeous. And I'm super excited to try this out. I actually heard about this from, what's her name? Makeup WLP. I did like a recreation of one of her looks, and she uses a lot of the Beauty Bay eyeshadow palettes. So, and they're having a sale. So I grabbed a couple and we're gonna finally try this out. So I'm gonna zoom you in and we'll just get started. Starting with my brows, I went ahead and filled them in with my Absolute New York like brow pencil. It's the micro tip one. And I'm just using some brow gel just to hold them in place. This isn't gonna laminate them or anything. Let's just make sure they don't start pointing in random directions. But keeping it simple, I just fill in like the front area and just sparse areas around my arch. But nice and simple. This is actually a clear brow gel, but it's just like really murky. Don't look at it too hard. It's kind of embarrassing. It's gonna be a little harder to show like this, but I mean, I guess I'll try. I'm gonna use this first shade. It's called Dusk. And start warming up my crease. Using a nice fluffy brush to go ahead and get this blended in. And I'm also, since this is like a cooler tone, I'm going to be bringing this in towards my nose to kind of blend it in with the contour I have. I always start warming up my crease with a shade like in similar tone to mine, just because it helps melt everything to the rest of your face. I feel like that helps make your eyeshadow look kind of go with the rest of your look. I think I'll go ahead with the shade Tender right there. Yeah, this one's a little harder, but I think I'm just gonna tell you guys the shade names. And I'll deepen up the crease, mainly focusing on my outer corner and inner corner, but I'm still pretty much gonna do the rest of my crease as well. Okay, so just on first thought, these have like medium pigment, but I like that it does because I can build things up. And because they're lighter in pigment, I can really take my time and place everything where I want it. This is a really nice like a purpley shade. Now the matte shades are really nice. That's actually why I was even more interested in these palettes, just because of the selection that you have. In the other ones I have an insane like selection of matte shades. I honestly, when I'm looking at the shimmers, I'm honestly not that excited, but let's see, because with the price of these, I think I got each of these for $15. And they came from the UK, so the shipping did take a little bit. But I mean, for $15 each for a ginormous, I think this is 42 shades, you can't beat that price. And then this purple shade ended up being a lot more like of a brighter purple than I thought it was going to be. Like, I'm looking at the shade right now in the pan in here, so it's not as true to color as I'd hoped, but not horrible either. But I'm taking the original transition shade and I'm just gonna blend this purple out, kind of mute it down a little bit. That's pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna use the shade Cowboy, which is like a deeper brown shade, and we'll see the pigment here. Yeah, see, like lighter in pigment. I didn't go in too heavy with my brush, but I'm still using the same brush here. And I'll basically deepen the corners here and just kind of blend it in. But see, I love that I have this huge selection of shades. I can just kind of go crazy. But yeah, see, it is on the lighter end on the pigment side, but it's not chalky, which I do appreciate. A lot of palettes that have like the lighter pigments can feel chalky, but this isn't feeling like that. But it's not like soft either. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if these are pressed because I'm getting a little bit of kickback, but it's just like a tiny bit. So, but thus far I like the quality. I really like the blendability of the shadows. But I'm gonna go ahead and use like a shadow, like a more, it's fluffy, but still has like a dense-ish shape to it, so I can kind of apply shadow. I'm going to go ahead and use that same Cowboy shade on my lower lash line and smoke it out. And also use the shade Tender and kind of blur this out even more. Just soften the shade up. Taking a little bit more of Cowboy, I'm going to just focus this here in my outer corner and just deepen it. I just want a little bit more drama. Just like that. Blending everything out just a little bit. Looks good. These have a really nice blend to it. Yeah, this is more purple than I was intending to go for, but it's fine. I like my purples. Time for the shimmers. We'll see how this goes. I'm gonna use the shade Doll. It's like a cooler toned-ish. It's on the lighter end. It's not completely light, but let's see. Okay. I mean, it looks like a normal like shimmer shade. Okay. No, it has a pretty good, this is just like a classic shimmer shade. It's not anything special, like it's not like any soft formula that's gonna give like high impact, but it is a nice basic shimmer formula. I'm not gonna get like a wet eye look or anything with this, but this is a fantastic like basic palette. The quality is good, especially for the price. And you can just keep layering and working with it. I think this is a great palette. For this shade, I am having to layer it on just to get the level of impact I want and to even this out. Also use a deeper shimmer for the edges right here. There's a shade Peanut right here. I like that these are like cooler tone shades. Let's see, there's Peanut. That's another shimmer shade. I'm gonna kind of use that to soften up my shimmer. Now this one feels like a softer formula. Let's see. I'll kind of dab it where I have like this deeper matte shade and this. That's nice. It's like a copper, like a cooler copper shade. Adding a little bit here, but I like this cooler copper shade. This is helping mesh like this lighter shimmer shade into my deeper crease, but I really like this shade. This really could be a nice one and done shade too. This shade I feel like looks a little deeper in the pan. So again, I guess the shimmer is like, I don't know, this shade looks lighter on my eyes than in the pan. And then this one, I don't know. I think the shimmers look a little lighter than the pan. Okay, so maybe keep that in mind. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. Go ahead and take my fluffy brush again, dip into Dusk, and soften up this crease right here. Kind of bring the colors out a little bit more too. I can't tell, do the shimmers look patchy to you? I did layer it up. Okay, I just need to see what the finished look. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeliner and lashes, and I'll be right back. All right, just to show you guys, I have my eyeliner. I just use the By Terry eyeliner I always use, and I put some mascara on today. I just used the Lancome Idole, and wait for my glue to dry, and I'll just stick on my lashes. Here's with one eyelash on. These are, I remember now, these are the Kiss lashes in Royal Silk. They've just been my favorite these days, and they're really affordable, and they just look so beautiful. I think that looks fabulous. Lashes are like my favorite like final step thing to do because it just brings in so much more glamour. For the lips, okay, so I'm doing something a little different today. Water in here. I'm gonna use an eyeliner or a brow pencil eyeliner on my lips. I don't know if you should like not do this, but I thought the shade was perfect. This is actually from AOA Studio. It's the perfect eyeliner in burgundy brown. The purple tones in here, like this, I mean, this is a lot more brighter with purple I was going for, but I think this lip liner will work really well with it. So let's see. Okay, the shade doesn't really work as well with this, but I think it'll still be like a nice neutral lip color. So I'll just keep going. This has like a waxier texture to it. So you kind of have to warm it up. Well, it's not as waxy as the AOA like liners I love. They're like the pink ones. But I really like this shade. Like, I think this is a hack. Honestly, I thought this was a brow pencil, so I thought it was gonna be like a nice, cooler, like muted brown, but I like this regardless. It's kind of bunching up in some areas, but it's okay. This thing's literally $1, and I feel like this is gonna last me. Like, the formula itself, it's almost like a pomade-y type of texture, and it comes with a sharpener, which is like, I love when I have products like that. But don't want a glossy lip. Okay, no, I'm gonna go with just a regular lipstick. I have the Essence Cosmetics, like the This Is Nude lipstick in the shade number 5 Legendary. I love these lipsticks. I think I have every single shade, and not only that, I have a backup of every single shade. This is just like my most used like nude lipstick. Gorgeous. It's like a more matte to satin finish. Gorgeous. I'm gonna go back in with the liner and kind of blend this in. This lipstick is more matte. I wonder if some of the other shades have more of like a softer texture, because this looks matte, but it's nice and creamy. It also applies really well on the lipstick. I thought this was going to be harder to apply on top of like a softer lipstick because it's just going to slip and slide. It applied and blended beautifully. Yeah, I love that lip combo. Gorgeous. Time for finishing touches. I do want to bronze a little bit more. I'm probably like, I probably shouldn't, but I just love looking nice and bronze, so just kind of all over. But honestly, this foundation didn't seem to oxidize as much today. Is it me? Am I crazy? Adding more warmth. Oh, that's a really nice bronzer. I really like this bronzer. I'm surprised this doesn't look orange, honestly. I thought this was gonna be a really orange bronzer. And then for the price, this is gonna be hard to beat. It's really nice. Do I want more blush? No, I'm not gonna overdo it. A lot of times I do have blush blindness, and I'm fully aware. But I really do like this color. This is a very nice summery shade, honestly. Okay, I guess that's all. This makeup, and I think I used a lot of affordable products, like not even drugstore, because some drugstore products are so expensive now. I saw like this NYX, which it's NYX. NYX is supposed to be a little cheaper. It was like this blurring, like tinted moisturizer or something. It was like $17, $18 at Ulta, and I was like, that's not, I don't consider that like drugstore prices. But I mean, a $6 setting powder, $3 blush, like a $4 bronzer, really nice. In my lip combo, I think these lipsticks are like $4.99 max. I always catch these on sale. Like I bought the second set of like all the shades when they're on sale on Essence's website, but And then a $15 eyeshadow palette. I know originally it's like $25 to $30, but check out Beauty Bay's website, and they have sales often, because now I'm getting emails saying I can get even more discounts. So, I mean, just sign for the emails. Just stay aware. These eyeshadow palettes are nice, especially for the amounts you get. For me, I'm just not too sure that's gonna be true to color, because this is the purple shade I used in my crease, and I feel like it's a lot more of a brighter purple. Like, it looks like I used this shade, but I didn't. I used this one, and I made sure of that. But I mean, I think honestly, the matte neutrals are really nice. The shimmers, I'm kind of like, they're still, I mean, it's still a good palette. I'm just being a little harsh right now, but the shimmers are a bit patchy in my opinion. And I feel like just, it's not as true to color as I thought it was going to be, but I still think it's a beautiful palette, especially like this is absolutely worth it. Like this. Unfortunately, like, this is really big. I don't know if I can travel with this. Otherwise, I would have just added these to my kit because there's so many there. I grabbed 3 of these. This is the only one I've tried so far, but I think these palettes are beautiful, and they're still like, are they gonna feel like a high-end eyeshadow? No, like the Supreme Nudes eyeshadow palette from Artist Couture, you have like a nice, soft, buttery formula. Here, you do have pretty good pigment. It's nice and buildable, but it's not gonna be that soft type of pigment, but still really nice and fantastic for the price. So I recommend these, and I'm very happy I grabbed 3, and I'll just keep trying these out and update my thoughts. But if you want to see my face more, you can follow me on my social media. I do upload there a lot more often, so you can find me there. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Give this video a thumbs up and comment. Let me know your thoughts. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again soon.